minutes to code in 2 minutes.
Good evening, Petrolheads. Welcome back to Norisring for the one-off race meeting P2P. This is an event making use of the front-wheel driven Audi TT Cup cars. What makes them different from something like WTCR is that these Audis have push-to-pass systems, similar to the modern-day Indy cars. So that means this will bring the already close quarters racing from Norisring even closer than it was for the DTM Revival. So I have reason to believe that this will be a one-off event to remember. After qualifying ends, which will start soon by the way, 1 minute left in the session, there's a 10-minute sprint race and a 20-minute feature afterwards. So a little bit of, a lot more racing to go. There are no mandatory pit stops for the drivers, but damage stays on as usual. So watch the contacts. That's hitting the wall or other drivers. A damaged front end in a front-wheel drive car is bad news, because that's where you steer the car. So bent suspension at the front means bent drive to the front wheels, and messes up the power delivery. So be careful there. So for 40 seconds left to go, we got a few people to watch. The ones to watch are Andy Darnell setting the benchmark on 55.438 seconds to sub 1 minute lap around Norisring. There's Hiro Katachville in P2, who's 3.5 seconds back. Next is Rhino Berger, who's 3.36. Sorry, I can't read the English today. 3.5 tenths back is Rhino Berger in P3. And then Fotis Isoglu is 1 tenth behind Rhino in P4. Rhino and Fotis have been jockeying for position for the latter stages of practice. Of course you didn't get to see that, but we'll start to see the rivalry translate into qualifying in the two races. Norisring is usually a very good watch, so I hope you stick with us for the whole thing. It'll definitely be worth your time. The number 96 of Andy Foster goes out of the pits first. He's the first one out with 15 minutes on the clock to get his lap time sorted. So it would be a little bit different procedure on the outlap. The front-wheel drive cars are on a hard compound tyre, and the rear tyres they usually stay cold. I've never gotten the rear tyres in a front-wheel drive car much hotter than 50 degrees Celsius. So, but then again, they don't really matter. It's the front ones that matter. The front wheels can overheat very quickly if you push on them too hard, so it's all about management. Which brings up another thing. Lots of drivers despise front-wheel drive. They prefer the rear-wheel drive because there are two different two different types of transmission altogether. The rear-wheel drive can push the car's chassis from the rear into the corner and out of it, while the front-wheel drive system pulls the chassis. So it can save you from some nasty understeer and some slides into the barrier, but it can do a really nasty job on those tires. Moderation's all it's all about. You've got first time on the board, it's a 57.6, set by Andy Foster. We've got a few more cars coming over the line now. And there's only 2 more lap times. So there's Andy Darnell up there in first position. 56.2 is the new benchmark. Martin Kearney is 8 tenths behind in P3, and Giri Kurtachville's just finished her out lap with a lap time under a tenth of Andy Darnell's time. Photosystic manages to complete his out lap with 1 second and 1 tenth behind Andy Darnell. 57.3. And that's your top 5 with 11.5 minutes to go. Martin Kearney has managed to start 3 green sectors, and he's managed to improve his time, but stays third. He's only half a second off now. He's still time to be found. Photosystic was on 2 green sectors, but he couldn't keep it together to make a faster lap time for himself. He remains P4 at the minute, 6.5 tenths off the pace that Andy Darnell has set. Timo Reiter is starting to begin his first hot laps of the day. Arno Berger is in P5 at the minute. He's on a green second sector. Let's see if he's able to keep it going and improve his lap time. He's improved slightly, but now he went from 1.2 off the pace to 1 second. Still time to be found though, keep pushing. Andy Foster is 1 tenth off of Andy Darnell in the first sector. Very big improvement for him. We can see a big improvement from him very shortly. Martin Kearney is setting a purple lap time. Sorry, a little bit of a small intermission there. So, Andy Foster's went from P7 to P6, overtaking Timo Reiter in the qualifying standings. 9 minutes to go. Martin Kearney is 1 tenth off of the pace in P3. Reiter goes 4th fastest, 2.5 seconds off. This is a very close field. Giri Kurtachville is under a tenth of Andy Darnell, and Andy Darnell's time has stayed the same. Andy's up for another PB. It's going to be half a second. Can I keep it going? Let's see how this goes. P1 to even higher. And that is a little bit over 2 tenths of the lap time he's got there over Giri Kurtachville now. Here we have Ricardo Costa beginning his first out lap. I say out lap, but it's really his first hot lap in the 91 car. Photosystic is going green in the first sector. Might be a big improvement for him from P5. He's 10 hundredths off of Timo Reiter. So any of the slightest improvement can help him take the position, but it's not going to happen because he's gone slower in the second sector. He's going to have to try again next lap. His 7.5 minutes to go to make it happen. Ricardo Costa sets his first hot lap of the session. It's 1.2 seconds off the pace. Good enough for the garbage P8. Timo Raiter has improved yet again. He's in third position now, 3/10 off of the pace, and very, very close to Henrik Potachville's qualifying time. This is going to be a very good position for Timo Raiter to start in now. Be another chance for a podium for Build-A-Ups. We've got 6.5 minutes to go, and we've got 8 competitors and 8 times on the board. Audi Darnell sits on top to 55.831 as the benchmark time. Fotis Issiglu just jumped here at Potachville massively. Fotis is now in P2 with only 2.5 seconds off that monster time. And here he remains P3. Timo Raiter is still very close to he still starts in the second row, P4. Behind him is Martin Carney. He's half a second off. Rhino Berger in P6. He's 8/10 now. Still very big chances to improve for Rhino Berger, Ricardo Costa and Andy Foster, all three at the back. Andy Foster had the fastest first sector earlier, so I have no idea where he is at the back of the grid. Oh yeah, but that's yet again, now that you notice, Andy has set a faster lap since then. Andy Foster seems to be setting an improvement. 2 green sectors coming to the finish line. Doesn't go any faster than his current time. And nothing more to say for the moment. You're all caught up in the action. So to reiterate, there's a 10-minute sprint and a 20-minute feature. There are no mandatory pit stops, but damage stays on. These cars are certainly compared to other racing cars that you can find in this sim, they're comparably economical, so you should be able to finish the race on a single tank. The tire wear is something to consider there as well. I've no doubts that many people will be trying the one stop, trying to get to the end without stopping once. But there's always the fear that one of the front tires is going to overheat or lose too much grip during the 20-minute feature. So it's certainly something to keep in mind. We've got 3 minutes to go and nothing much has changed in the standings. Or has, commentators curse right there. Rhino Berger, excellent lap in third, good enough for third. 4/10 off the pace of Andy, but good enough for podium. And a Timo Raiter and Henrik Potachville. Excellent show. But this is going to be about consistency now. He's got his start sorted. He's starting on the second row. But he needs to keep it consistent through the race, or else Henry and Timo will catch him. That's not possible. Andy Darnell set a purple first sector, but he's 1/10 off in second. As an already lightning fast time is about to get even quicker. He might pull something actually. Final sector. Alright, 5/10 off. I was getting ready to shout the house, hit the roof at the minute. I was actually getting very surprised at what Andy Darnell was about to pull off. He's obviously very experienced with these cars. More patient with four-wheel drive than most. Total Sissiglu's come back to stay P2. Ryan Berger P3, Kiruka Touchfield P4, Timo Reiter 5th, and Martin Coroni 6th. We got 60 seconds left to go. Ryan Berger's on a PB. Could it be? Half a second off the pace, but it was really close to improving there. But I say, this push-to-pass system is going to work wonders for racing here. Like, this is some of the closest fields that I've seen in these championships. Like, it never really is this close. But this is going to be... like, they're tenths off of each other. Spanning into the midfield. Excuse my phone alert, I'll just put my phone on mute now. But anyway, here you have it. Andy Darnell in first position on pole, 55.8. Foucault second, Sissiglu second, Rhino Berger third, Hiro Katoshima fourth, concluding the second row, Timo Reiter in the third row from 5th place, Martin Kearney 6th, Andy D. Foster 7th place, followed by Ricardo Costa, sat back in 8th place. The push-to-pass system is going to make already close racing even closer. This is going to be an incredible watch. Get your snacks while you can, and show the stream to people who think you like it. Racing, the cars is fake, but the racing's real. Get that. So anyway, here comes a warm-up now. There's very little time left to go before we start racing now. The push-to-pass is going to make this excellent. We've already got such a close field knitted together in qualifying. We've got a rough idea of what these people's pace will be like. And also a little bit of a tooltip for those who are willing to put up with me, and the drivers who are willing to put up with me and a commentator chat with me right now. Small tooltip. These cars have launch control, I believe. So you better bind that and you'll get a bit of a better start. Make sure to do a few practice starts in the pits. That's all I'll say to you. 2.5 minutes to go and 2.5 minutes to get the fuel back up from qualifying. Drivers will be running their cars very light of fuel for their hot laps, but they want to make it to the end of the race, so they're going to have to put in a little bit more for the race spec setups. I'd get any kind of practice start in while I can. I'll just put up a stream for anyone else who wanted to watch, but it's not racing. "70 seconds, and we're racing a Norisring." Close quarters, front-wheel drive push to pass action in 55 seconds. I'd like to give a small reminder to, if you ever start enjoying the stream at any point, please give it a like. Really helps us out, you know. And also, if there's anyone else you think that they enjoy this kind of racing, again, the sim isn't real, but the racing sure is. It's really exciting at times. We're set up for a really good time right now. So, if you've got a motorsport fan somewhere in your friends list, then share them a link to this. They'll get a kick out of it for sure. Warm-up is about to end. Alright, so we're on the brink of 10 minutes straight of racing in Norisring. Should be good enough for around 10 laps. 11 laps maybe of racing. Push to pass system should keep things close. Shouldn't be a moment missed. Two more cars to line up on the grid, and we're going to be going racing. 6 are sitting on the grid right now. Alright, 8 drivers on the grid. People are going to be engaging launch control now for people who know that it exists. Lights out! Andy Darnell in the 99 gets a fantastic start ahead of now number 12, Fotis Isoglu, and 2 wide coming down to the turn 1. Kiri Kratochville is trying to get down the outside, 3 wide into turn 1. Kiri comes on third, and then there's other people making moves outside in the field, and fourth is Timo Reiter side by side by Rainer Berger, chasing down for the third place podium spot. Someone went wide there. It's got a little bit of a damaged side pod. The number 12, I believe. Here, Kratochville is round. He collects Fotis Isoglu. Very bad luck for the 2 drivers, and they're still hitting each other. That's a very bad accident. They're both at the back for that. I don't know how they managed that, but it's going to cost them big time. Meanwhile in P6, Martin Colony is chasing down 5th from Ricardo Costa. Martin Colony is going to make it happen. He goes too deep into turn 1. He's lost positions. Andy Foster is gone. Battle for P3 and P2, I think. Andy Foster, no, Timo Reiter versus Rhino Berger. The 11 versus the 99. This is very close racing for the runner-up spot. They are essentially bumper to bumper, less than half a second separate them. That's a spin for Martin Colony. His Audi is all smashed up. That's a write-off. He does not finish. Out of the race goes Martin Colony. And that's another spin in the background. You don't see who that was. Written off. Fotis Isagru is out of the race. Very unfortunate. He seemed like a quick driver, but today wasn't his day. Andy Darnell has dropped back into 3rd. For some whatever reason, he must have had a very big moment. It's now a battle for 1st place between Rhino Berger and Timo Reiter. Half a second separate them, and they've got pushed to pass and help him. 99 versus the 11. 11 in front. Flashing his headlights, Timo Reiter. He's going to look on the outside. He's going to get the better racing line. Front wheel drive takes him up into 1st place. Timo Reiter is leading the race. And here Kutachville's having this win, I can tell in the timing. He's had just lost 2 seconds within the turn. Manages to keep it going. Rhino Berger and Timo Reiter needs to be careful not to trip over each other too much, because behind them is Ricardo Costa. And anytime they trip each other up, Ricardo Costa gets closer, and it's going to be a 3-way battle for the lead. And so they've pitted. Rhino Berger is pitted. It's a drive-through, I think. The 11 has gone into the pits. It's now Timo Reiter leading the race, Ricardo Costa in 2nd, and Andy Darnell once on pole, back in 3rd. Andy Foster is in P4, chasing down Andy Darnell, and behind him is Thierry Kutachville in 5th, and Rhino Berger in P6. I have no idea what happened to Rhino. Timo Reiter is doing extremely well. Ricardo Costa's gone very wide there. It's enough to bring Andy Darnell back into 2nd place, or side by side with Ricardo Costa on the start finish straight. He makes it past. Andy Darnell's back in the charge. He wants his 1st place back. He's going to have to get through Timo Reiter first. Turn 1. And Ricardo Costa is still sticking with Andy. Andy needs to get away from Ricardo, or else he's going to lose more time fighting for 2nd place. 2 seconds now is the gap between him and Timo Reiter. Meanwhile, one of the other podium contenders for tonight, Rhino Berger, 30 seconds back. What happened there? I'll have to find out later on. Andy Darnell has been storing up his push to pass. He's still got 8 charges remaining. That's a car around to number 3. That's Thierry Kutachville. He's gone into the barrier face first. Still keeping it going, but she's down but not out. Still going. Timo Reiter versus Andy Darnell, too wide going into the second sector. They're bumper to bumper. And he's waiting for Timo to make a mistake. He's taking a wider line to see if he can get more exit speed than Timo. He's having a look. He's taking the wider line than Timo here. Down the inside maybe. Small touch, I think. They're side by side going to the start-finish straight. He uses a push-to-pass charge on Timo Reiter. They're side by side. 99 versus 99. This is incredible. Andy Darnell's he was on the inside of that corner, but it's a switch back. Timo Reiter tried, but he couldn't. He's still sticking with him though. Half a second. It's going to be a push to pass move for Timo Reiter, I'd imagine. Be very smart. And he still has 7 charges. 2.5 minutes to go. He's going to start spamming it any second now. That's another charge. He's got 6 remaining now. He's going to get another boost starting onto the start-finish straight. Half a second turns to 7/10. Timo's flashing his headlights and down into the start-finish straight at Andy Darnell. He wants his win back and he's going to take it. 2 minutes to go. They stay within a second. Whatever the outcome is going to be enough to beat Sandy Foster in P3. Racing is separated into the mid-pack is going to still a little bit of a trail for the lead. Wide! Timo Reiter goes wide, I think. I lost a little bit of time there. And he's back in the right place he needs to be, but he's not. Timo isn't going to make it easy. He's going to stick right with him. He's going to be ready for any mistake he makes under pressure. "60 seconds to go." We've had 3 DNFs from the 8 races we've had today. "30 seconds to go." This is going to be the last lap of the race. Andy Darnell is going to be in P1 right now. He's leading the race around 3 seconds from Timo Reiter. Andy Foster's behind Timo, another 3 seconds away, maybe 4. Ricardo Costa stays 12 seconds off the leader, and Rhino Berger pulled into the pits earlier, and now he's 35 seconds back. An early race accident cost Andy a lot of time, but he's managed to fight his way back into the podium spot he started in. P1. Crossing the final hairpin. Uses another push-to-pass charge with 3 to spare. Andy Darnell, lap 11, wins the sprint race for push-to-pass. Timo Reiter finishes in 2nd place, 3.5 seconds off. Excellent spin and crash and bang for the horseman. Andy Foster manages to take home P3, capitalizing on everyone else's mistakes, keeping his car clean. Very well done to everyone else, but this is going to be. This isn't over yet. There's going to be what a great time to forget English. There's going to be a feature race, 20 minutes feature race, after this, after a 5-minute break. So we hope to see you there, staying tuned. This is a really good race here tonight. Well done to Team Narrator, Andy Darnell and Andy Foster. So Andy Darnell was making all that time on Teemo, and he still had 3 push-to-pass charges to spare. Really does make you wonder. So if you enjoyed that last bit of racing, make sure to give a like on the stream. As always, that helps us out, gain popularity. We're just a small community that does what we love. We happen to have a little bit of a live stream and a commentator while we do it. It's always free to join this community. There should be a Discord link somewhere. Feel free to hang around the Discord free off and just have a look around to see what we've got. Race Room itself is a free simulator as well, and from time to time we've got the free content races going on as well. So some of these races that we've got going are totally free to play, so you can come on and watch us get at this, or even race with us the next time round. And another thing to be excited for is in a few days' time we're going to be having another look at the monthly endurance. This time we're going to be heading over to Monza for the massive multi-class field that is composed of P1, P2, GTR3 and GTE. So 2 different types of prototypes, 2 different types of GTs, chock full of diversity and good racing. And by endurance, I don't mean actually endurance. In actual endurance terms, what we do is a sprint. But 1.5 hours in a single stint on a single driver is a pretty good, pretty big feat and achievement. However, for the stream, there will not be commentary though, because I'll be racing in P1. Yeah, I'll be racing the prototypes along with Ethan Mottram and Forces Isaglu. So, 2 minutes to go left of warm-up. We got a minute and a half to go. So yeah, I'd take this moment to grab another Coke or whatever. Certainly helps to have a few snacks while these races are going on. Forgot to bring mine this time. Have a little bit of information from the Discord there. He was just apologising to Fotis for that early race collision we saw at the race start. But there's definitely a little bit of beef between the two drivers. Might see a little bit of an outburst from them. Coming into the second race now. Alright, it's going to be a formation now. It's going to be another standing start with push to pass and launch control enabled. There's going to be a reverse grid for this race. I don't know about the maths for it. We're going to have a look in due time. Six out of 8 cars in the grid now. Waiting for 2 more. I believe that Carney, the number 3 car, in first position, followed by the number 12. And Reimer Berger starting P4 at the minute. Number 3 here, Coucheville, is starting P3. 99 of Timo Reiter is starting at the back alongside Andy Darnell. 96 of Ricardo Costas in P5. Just spawning in there. Andy Foster starts in 6th. 5 lights, launch control enabled, and it's go time. That was Ricardo Costas stopped from the grid, and he had Timo Reiter. That was very bad. It's too wide going into turn 1. Number 12 on the inside, he goes through, might be picking in 3 wide, going outside of the corner. It's going to be Corny, Coucheville, Fotis Issiglu, goes back to 2, back to 1, they're following each other now for the slipstream. Here we have a 4-car trail, getting very close to the wall there, tucking in behind each other to get any kind of advantage that they can. 11 goes through. Reimer Berger takes P3 from Fotis Issiglu and chases down Martin Carney. He's a second ahead, half a second ahead, and he's... Anti-win is still there. Ricardo Costa is still stationary on the track. At least for me. That's a very big hit. Fotis Issiglu is dive bombed into the corner. He's hit another car. Didn't catch who that was, but he's got to be a very, very angry guy. Number 3, Martin Kearney, is still in 3rd place. Reimer Berger's in P2, followed by Coucheville in 1st place, leading lap 2. Here he had a little bit of a bad race last time, but now hopefully she can get an improvement going. Timo Reiter's already fought his way up to P5. I'll be careful, Anti-One's still there. Too wide across the front stretch. It's going to be a constant yellow flag. It's going to be no overtaking allowed basically on the front straight now because of the yellow flag. Martin's having a go on Rhino Berger on the inside. Falls back just a little bit. You can see in the background Andy Darnell and Timo Reiter are having another go. Wasn't a run-off last race, it's still going. Rhino needs to hurry up. Andy Darnell's on his tail. Ricardo Costa's still there on the start-finish straight, I believe. Andy's slow, going into the hairpin in turn 1. He's lost a few positions now, he's back in 5th. Timo's overtaken him. Ricardo Costa has managed to pass Andy Foster. Francis Issiglu has managed to pass Andy Foster. That was a lot of passing, a lot of bashing, a lot of smashing into the barrier. Super close quarters racing here tonight in Norisring. Excuse the train. So anyway, Andy Darnell is going to be looking for the slipstream to get past. He's got 13 push to pass charges to spare. Timo Reiter has 12. They're side by side going into the second sector. This is the battle for P4. Timo's got the inside line, he's going to stay there. Very well executed. And Ricardo Costa has now been disqualified for standing on the track. His game probably crashed or something, I don't know. At least in my instance of race run, sometimes it freaks out and he's still racing on stream. But we'll see how it goes. I can't see him. For me, he's disqualified. Timo's on the back of Andy Darnell. He's going to follow him through. He's going to take a slightly wider line than him. A little bit of a better exit. I just noticed that within the second sector we've got a new version of the Roll of Champions. It's a nice little nod to the Canadian GP that's happening later this weekend. And not too many people have been trying to get on that wall so far. He was going to make it work on the outside. Look at him go. Turn 1. He's on 10 push to pass charges left. But he's less than 3/10 behind Andy Darnell. If Andy makes one mistake, he's going to be losing the position to Timo for sure. Rhino Berger is staying in P3 at the minute. He's 2.5 seconds off of Martin Curreny in P2. Hirka Tachville is still in P1, leading the race at lap 7. Andy's chasing down Rhino Berger though, he's 2 tenths off. Maybe Rhino will stop him. Going into turn 1. Andy's forced to go to the outside, or not. He's going into the switchback. Timo's going to be trying to capitalise any way he can. Well, these are really close. Too close, I think. Always makes me anxious whenever they get that close and something like a karting machine. It gets very messy very quickly. Oh, it's a spinner. 11. Rhino Berger is out. He was on for a seriously good result, but he's out of the race now. Or out of contention for the podium, rather. Seconds go on to this timer. Engine's still running though. Not sure how well he can turn it. And it's a write-off for Rhino Berger. It's an upsetting moment for Rhino. He was prospecting him a very good finish at this one-off P2P race, but he couldn't keep it cool, and he spun, and that was the end of it. Andy Darnell takes his place in the podium spot, followed by Timo Reiter in P4. 1 second behind him now. Timo Reiter's got 8 charges left. He's following Andy Darnell, who's managed to save 9 charges to the end. Carney in P2 has been particularly trigger happy compared to the other two. He's got 6 charges left with 11 minutes to go. He started off with 15. On the other hand, here he could touch Bill. He's also got 6 push to pass charges left. So, wow, she's 5 seconds off the next car in P2 and 8 seconds off of Andy Darnell. She's got 2 extra push to passes to save compared to the other two in P3 and P4 in the second row. Here he uses another charge. For a little bit of extra straight line speed going into turn 1 on the start finish stretch, going into lap 11 now. So Andy's been making good time on the car ahead. He's only 1.5 seconds off. He clearly knows this car at the back of his hand. And that's Terry again. No! Seconds are drowning away from the lead. He needs to get back up quickly. Oh no. Collects Morrison Carney. That is one smashed up car for the both of them. Andy Darnell is going to be chasing Carney now. We don't know what kind of damage he's got. Here he's crashed it again. Andy's on the right back there on the back bumper of Carney. And Timo Reiter has managed to inherit third position from Here We Could Touch Phil. Spinning. So this is an excellent form of these drivers going into the latter half of this race. 18.5 minutes to go. Well, I say half, but there's... you get what I mean. Andy has used his another push to pass charge. He's trying to make a very big effort to overtake Martin Carney. He got collected by Here We Could Touch Phil. Clearly has been pushing a really serious trigger finger on that push to pass ever since she's crashed. Only 2 push to pass charges left to go for 8 minutes. Trying to do anything she can to catch photosystically ahead of it. Look at that Audi. Smashed to bits. But you know what, it's still going. And still worthy of racing now. Side by side. Side by side with Photos, and she comes out on top, maybe. Or side by side going into the next sector, onto the start-finish straight. They bash together. We've seen Hero Touch very aggressive now. That's another bash. Takes out photosystically. Rude move from the driver. What did Photos do to deserve that? Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. Well, that's another DNF now. Photosystic who was looking for a decent midfield finish, has now been DNF'd in 6th position. And his deathbed is the turn 1. Eric Touchville is an absolute maniac, and it needs to be stopped. If you see her on the track, stay away. So here we are. Timo Reiter is looking to pull in another podium for Brother Ups here, with 6 minutes to go in this feature race. He's been at it for 14 straight minutes. It's lap 15, with Andy Darnell leading once again, followed by Martin Carney. Lost time to Hero Touchville's first incident. So your top 5, or the only 5 that are actually left after what just happened there, was Andy Darnell in front, Carney 2nd, Reiter 3rd, Andy Foster 4th position, and Hero Touchville now back in 5th, 36 seconds behind the leader, 37. Increasing all the time. I wouldn't be very surprised as for that smashed front end of the Audi. So we got 4.5 minutes to go, and the racing has calmed down slightly. We've seen gaps starting to form across the 5 remaining drivers, and not many drivers have push to pass left to go. Timo Reiter's on 4 charges, Martin Carney ahead of him, however, is also on 2 push to pass charges to go. He's been very trigger happy earlier in the race. He doesn't have very much left. Andy has been in the same boat. He's in 3 push to pass charges, but he's in P1. Navigating carefully around Hero Touchville. So anyway, this has gotten very anticlimactic, I suppose, but After 20 minutes, this is what you can expect. Any kind of racing gets stagnant after at least 20 minutes. At least for a while anyway. Well, the 99 is in front anyway. The black and gold Playboy car, 99. Slick advertising. Going into first position, was on pole, won the sprint race, and will now win the feature. Was also at the top of the timing sheets for practice too. So, it's a perfect race weekend for Andy Darnell. Clearly a master of the Audi TT Cup car. Timo Reiter is 2 seconds off of Martin Carney now. He's only got one charge of push to pass remaining. However, the number 3 in front of him has also got one push to pass to go. And they've both got 1 minute and 40 seconds to use it, around 2 laps. This is the closest thing we've got to a race at the minute. And forgive me if I fall silent for a few seconds. And once the racing stagnates like this, there's not much to talk about. But there's only 1 minute to go, so bear with me. Okay, so we've got 55 seconds to go. And I believe it's going to be one more lap for Andy Darnell. The fastest lap of the race is also held by Andy Darnell, further reinforcing his perfect weekend. His fastest lap time is a 55.975. And everyone else is not doing mid-56s. Got 10 seconds to go. Timo's getting much closer than he's ever been to Martin Carney. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Timo Reiter passes him in the nick of time, but it looks like he's got one more racing lap to go. Timo snatched seconds for the second time in the row. Martin Carney slowed down onto the curb, and Carney has given up. Clearly frustrated at himself. I wouldn't have thought it was that bad. But this is Timo Reiter must be ecstatic about that. The double P2 finish for Timo Reiter, the horseman. And meanwhile, in first position, Andy Darnell makes it not once, but twice. He wins the feature race of P2P. Timo Reiter scores his second consecutive P2 of the session. It's a second podium for Timo, it's a second podium for Burlerops. Well done to him. Oh yeah, and Andy Foster also survived through everyone else again, and he inherited third, because everyone else spun out, I suppose. Very well done for consistency, Andy Foster. And Healy under disappointingly in P4 after a series of events. In her words, total disaster for her. perfect race weekend for Andy Darnell. He's won both races, fastest lap and fastest qualifying time and fastest practice time. Clearly a master in these cars. So now I suppose you've probably got a few questions, and maybe a few drivers we've got can answer a few questions for you. We'll try and get a few people in to do a little bit of a post-race interview. So stick around for a few more seconds, I suppose. So I've sent out the message. Anyone who wants to do a post-race interview, apart from Timo because he doesn't have a microphone, unfortunately, you may unmute yourself, and yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. We've got a bunch of drivers with me here in commentator chat, listening to me to chat while they race, so it'd be nice to hear from a few of them. So, my personal opinion on this whole race, while I wait for other people to come on. Andy, I still can't unmute people, by the way. That's a little bit grim. But yeah, my whole perspective on this race was a little messy, but it was certainly very action-packed and very good racing, particularly to the standards that I'm used to. Usually that there's at least one person who's 2 seconds faster than everyone else, and it's more or less a one-sided race victory, and the racing that we're excited about is usually for P2 or the midfield. But we got a really refreshing taste for the win in both sessions, so that's what I'm happy about. So, wait, hang on, let me leave and rejoin. Sometimes my Discord gets a little bit wonky. Oh, I forgot a response from Healy Protectorville. Let's get it on. Hello, Healy. How are you feeling after that stint? Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Harry.
I couldn't hear the entire question.
Oh, no worries. So how are you feeling after that absolute mess of a race? That clearly wasn't your A game this time.
Well, yeah, total disaster. Spun twice into 40s. Twice in 2 races.
Yeah, I can't believe... I don't think he's going to be very happy about that. You better apologize after this.
Yeah, I apologize after race 1. But I think I have to apologize after race 2 as well.
Yeah, that's a very bad situation to be in. I'd hate that.
I have nothing against Focus, but it's like disaster for me and for him as well.
I see.
Yeah, but I think after the first contact in race 1, he was more aggressive, diving, and then he closed me door entirely.
I noticed through in race 2, when you two were racing, particularly onto the start-finish straight, you guys were banging doors there.
Yeah, true.
Like, I was wondering, like, if you, out of the two of you, Fotis, you may unmute your mic, by the way, if you can. You can jump in on this whenever you'd like. He's on the party as well. But that just looked like, which one of you do you think was the aggressor in that scenario with the banging the doors? Like, who turned it to who there?
Well, it was, I think, my fault. I didn't know exactly where it is, and then I heard the banging of the doors. So, and when it happened, when it happened for last time, well, I got lift off oversteer, and then boom, we collided for the second time.
Yeah, it's not the very best scenario you could be in. Fotis, I see you're muted your microphone now. Is there anything you'd like to add about these incidents between race 1 and race 2?
Yeah, nothing to say before I see the replays.
Yeah, that's very smart to say. Like, nope, like, don't throw out a biased opinion, wait until the facts surface. That's a very good opinion to have. So, since we can't chat to Raina Berger, our team writer, neither of them have got a microphone. Andy, would you like to unmute your microphone and tell us about your perfect race meeting? Like, for context, he has gotten fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, won both races and fastest lap in both. So how do you feel after pulling such a stunt?
I wouldn't call it a stunt, but everybody else had a bad race and I was okay. But it was fun. It was fun. Thanks for everybody that turned up.
Yeah, I suppose that's it then. So
I think everybody else had a bad race and I was a bit of trouble. I spun in the first race, but that was my own fault.
yeah, of course. And speaking of staying out of trouble, Andy Foster, would you like to, like, you've been inherited third place in the second race and I believe the first race as well, because everyone else around you went off. So shout out to for the consistency. Like, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it makes a change consistently. Unfortunately, other people, some mistakes and that let me through there, but consistency managed to get me a podium in 2 races, so very good.
Yeah, very well done. Consistency is key, especially for some of the other events we've got coming up, such as monthly endurance, like Indy 100, stuff like that. Requires a very steady hand and a very good understanding of the limit, and that's what Andy Foster had today. Well done to you. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Andy?
Just want to invite everybody. Thanks for an exciting commentary again, Michael.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. It's my pleasure. So I suppose anyone else in the channel who'd like to jump in on any of the matters or have any questions?
Yeah, I have one.
Go ahead, Fotis.
Why after the incident in 10th form, Giri didn't deliver the position as he should do?
I'm sure the stewards will be able to figure that one out. Like, if it's even worth the stewards, because like, this is a one-off race anyway.
Yes, it isn't about position penalties or stuff. It is about to learn how to drive with other drivers respectfully and clean.
Yeah, that's a very good point Fotis has made there. It's supposed to be this hobby is supposed to be a fun one, and once it starts getting stressful and competitive like that, stuff can go wrong and friendships can go sour. So it's all a very big learning experience.
I hit some people in race 2, I think, and I immediately stopped and delivered not only 4 positions, because it was my mistake.
Yeah, you're very good for noticing that. Like, it's a very good role model there. Like, if you ever make a mistake, it's very sportsmanlike to give other people the position back. If you did a dirty move and recognize it yourself, it's always very sportsmanlike to do that. Curtis is a very good role model for that. So, I suppose that's it then. I hope to see you here for the next time. We've got over a few events coming up very soon. Unless Andy's shut off the stream already. I hope not. But anyway, that was just Push to Pass. That was the one-off championship we had today. On Monday, this Monday, we've got Monza, the monthly endurance series, the third race of the championship. Multi-class diverse racing action across 4 classes, all sharing the same racetrack for 1.5 hours. Very good racing there. Although there won't be commentary here for that. I will be racing the top split of P1. So be there anyway, cheer me on. And then for Wednesday we've got drift. We've got a just for fun Wednesday drifting event. So that'll be fun to watch. We've got people who've been practicing the Audi V8, Mustangs, like an old manner of cool cars. Managed to get sideways. Then on Saturday, we've got the beginning of a brand new championship, Super GT Season 2. Remember the first one? It was very well received, so now we're doing the same concept, but we've got a different formula going into this. The faster class cars is going to be the GT1 category, and the slower class is going to be GT4. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be super close as always. We hope to see you. Alright, it's over for now. See you later.